Welcome to the Dirt Court Jesters podcast, your home for dirt track racing across the country and right here in Southwest Ohio. This is Josh, joined by EJ. It's episode 83, A Man on Fire, a big crowd and a big car count, and Western PA Speedweek is here. I hope you guys are ready to get dirty.
This week in dirt racing history, we go back to May 27th of 2006 at Fremont Speedway. 410 sprint cars seen Mike Linder pick up your victory, Brian Scott in second, and the lowrider Dale Blaney in third.
Let me talk to you.
The Shark 1A of Jacob Allen was at Port Royal with Cameron Smith behind the wheel, Josh. Not sure if you've seen that. It appears that's turning into a full-time deal all of a sudden after the departure of Ashton Torgerson, a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
So this leads to Cameron Smith leaving on good terms at his current team, it seems. So it sounds like he's still got his ride to fall back on, and we know that Jacob Allen's been questionable. He talked about it, I think, in the last episode. And Jacob Allen's going to do what Jacob Allen wants to do, and he's done it for a long time. And so it's good to see for Cameron Smith. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, I was curious about this and trying to look into it, and I've been super busy, which is why we didn't record last week between work and getting ready for this graduation party. It's got me wore out, but I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're talking dirt track racing, and it's going to be interesting. I think they're going to run more of a local regional schedule. That's not to say down the road something doesn't change, but, I think that's more of the speed that they're at. And Jacob's been struggling with some stuff, and he wants to be close to home, I believe. So maybe this is the best thing for the 1A. Look, there's a lot of racing in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of racing in Ohio. That's not that far away from those guys. And there's some good money out there. So, you got the PA Posse series now. Maybe that's something they took into consideration. The All-Stars are back. It's just there's quite a few series between Pennsylvania and Ohio that they can run in and make some money. So it's going to be interesting to see where the 1A ends up. I think for this season, local is going to be where it's at. Hopefully it works out for everybody involved, Cameron Smith and Jacob Allen, and they have a successful season, and best of luck to them moving forward.
Yeah, I feel like Jacob Allen has not been wanting to do a national tour for a long time. So our next talking points, Brent Marks no longer has Logan Fenton as a sponsor. The two split with his sponsor there. It seems like Mark struggled this season with High Limit. You just wonder if he'll be running more regional shows to make up some money and stuff. Because he's been back there in the pack. He's had a lot of bad luck this year, running with High Limit, and he's pretty far back there in the points. And nobody at the start of the season was expecting him to be that far back. He's been a contender, one of the top ones for years, Josh, and that's not good to see your sponsors that you've had for a long time pull back like that.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. I thought it was cool when they started the season. They talked about that sponsorship with Brent Marks and discussed how they were going to have kind of a program, like a minor league almost, where they were going to work together to get drivers to move up, to that national series. So I thought that was cool. It's unfortunate that splits happen, and I'm guessing that means that will no longer be taking place. Brent Marks had some rough luck this season. I thought he'd be top 3 with High Limit. It's still somewhat early. I don't know that he's making that ground up And I just wonder what they think moving into 2027. Is he going to come back to high limit again? Are they already thinking about it? I mean, again, it's early. I think they're going to continue through the rest of the high limit season. But I think for 2027, there's going to be some serious thought about staying closer to home, just like we talked about with the 1A.
Yeah, it seemed like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe Brent Marks was top 3 that we was talking about, and it seems like every year he's been on a downward spiral, and it's just unfortunate, his luck this year and to see his sponsors pull back. The big game Motorsports #2 sprint car for David Gravel, they've been fine. Did you see that, Josh? They didn't go to the Milton Hershey experience there in Pennsylvania when they was out there anyways to race. And that's against the World of Outlaws Platinum Agreement in their rule book. So I mean that's definitely a no-no, and you got to follow the rules, whether you're points leader or not. So
Yeah, I'm sure they were aware that there would be a penalty if they didn't make it, so maybe not. That being said, uh, whatever the details are, I had heard about this, that somebody was being fined, but it wasn't clear. I know when I first heard about it, exactly who it was or what the details were. Obviously, now we know this come out last week. So, things come up and there may be a viable excuse for it. I don't know, but um, not something you want to see if you're David Gravel.
yeah, I bet he's been on tour long enough to know that, and they've been doing that thing with Milton Hershey for long enough now that he knows he's got to be there. So it's definitely unfortunate for him.
Yeah, moving on. Aaron Reitzel has been on fire this season. Reitzel's won 6 of his last 8. In the 2 races he didn't win, 2nd and 4th. 18 top 10s in 21 races. And according to sprintcarratings.com, he's currently the highest rated 410 driver in the country. The guy's on fire right now. He's getting to the point where he's running, I believe, tonight with the Outlaws as we're recording this. They're at Huset's. They're making up from last night. I think he's there. I'm not 100% sure. But if he's showing up to the track, he's got to be one of your picks to win.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like every time that we make a pick together, I've been picking the right guy every time, and it's been Aaron Reitzel, I feel like. So, he's definitely a good one to pick. He just won a ton of money out here in Ohio, and then he took it out to Pennsylvania, then he took it out to Knoxville, and if he's out at Huset's, and I'm not watching it right now, so I'm not sure. You definitely got to worry about Aaron Reitzel being running in the front and getting a bunch of wins.
Yeah, and you mentioned money. I think he's won, if not close to $200,000 this year already. So great start to the season for that 87 and Aaron Reitzel. The Weichert Memorial Rain has moved the Weichert to July 25th and 26th. July 26th will pay $100,000 to win if the race on July 25th is completed. If that weekend holds true, you could have the Kings Royal the weekend before and the Weichert the weekend after. Big races, back to back, big money. Man, I can't wait till July gets here.
Yeah, that's definitely something to look forward to for sure. I've never been out to Port Royal before. I've heard a lot from a lot of people out there that that's probably one of the go-to tracks out there, with something like that, or the Tuscarora 50 where they had the fair and stuff. Um, but that is definitely gonna be a big couple weeks there. and I can't wait to get out to Kings Royal. I'm doing the whole week. I'll be at Fremont and Attica. I'm sure we're going to get to that in a little bit, but yeah, definitely excited about that because that's a lot of money up for grabs that month.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait till that gets here. Western PA Speedweek is upon us. The inaugural Floyd Trevis Memorial is going to be at Sharon Speedway Saturday, May 30th, as the marquee event of Western PA Speedweek, along with paying a week high $5,000, which has changed. $5,000 to win. The race will be run in honor of one of the fathers of modern day sprint car. Family and friends will be on hand to celebrate the occasion. And a 1968 Trevis Craft that was built for and driven by Lou Blaney will be on display behind the grandstands. A late addition to the Western PA Speedweek opener is now paying $5,000 to win as well. Western PA Speedweek looks like this: Wednesday, May 27th. Night number 1, Michaels Mercer Raceway, $5,000 to win, $300 to start. Thursday, May 28th, night 2, Pittsburgh PA Motor Speedway, $3,500 to win and $300 to start. Friday, May 29th, Western PA Speedweek, night 3 in Gene Lynch Classic at Lernerville, $4,000 to win, $350 to start. Saturday, May 30th, Western PA Speedweek, night 4, the Floyd Trevis Memorial at Sharon, $5,000 to win and $400 to start. And Sunday, May 31st, Western PA Speedweek, night 5, Tri-City Raceway Park, $4,000 to win and $350 to start. Western PA Speedweek is here, and in a couple days, they'll be doing battle for $5,000 to kick it off. I like to see Western PA Speedweek continue to grow. I think they got a pretty cool schedule. What do you know about Western PA Speedweek, EJ, and what are your thoughts about the money that they're paying there on 2 separate nights, $5,000 to win?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up, Josh, and called me out there because I don't know a whole lot of anything about Western PA Speedweek. The only track I've been to is Sharon. So, the money is nice for sure. And I know this is the start of a bunch of big money in the sport coming up, and it's our state here in Ohio is about to get started in a big way too. Our Speed Week is next month as well. So, definitely excited about these sprint cars to get going, Josh. And yeah, man, good deal
Western
there.
PA Speed Week, it's here, and really it's kind of where things start taking off as far as Speed Weeks are concerned. We'll talk about it here in a little bit with USCS.
Yep.
But once Speed Weeks start, obviously they have Speed Weeks to start the season, right? But I think really when you get into the end of May, moving into June, and Speed Weeks start kicking off, that's when things really pick up, and that's when the money picks up as well. Dayton Auto Race Fan Club. Become a member and grab a new shirt. $20 for a membership. It gets you discounts to various tracks throughout the season. They got a new shirt this year. Very cool shirt. Just want to give them a shout out. They do great stuff. Go to darfclub.com for more information. And on that note, I want to give a shout out to Scott with getinthestands.com. From podcast to racetracks by state and racing by dates. He does a great job, and he's very helpful to those who provide racing content. He reached out to me individually and sent me a video specifically for me and my content, giving me information on how we can get stuff uploaded to his site. He's got a ton of stuff on there. He works hard at it. Just want to give a shout out to Scott at getinthestands.com.
That is a good deal, Josh. For the USCS Speed Week, they're trying to get going, but the rain has been playing a big part in everybody's weather, including here in Ohio. That's why I couldn't get out to a race. It looks like it was knocked down to just 3 nights. Derek Hagar looks to defend his 2025 Speed Week championship. Who you going with, Josh?
It changes things, I think, when you go down to 3 nights. When you lose the nights before, and if I remember right, I think it's 4 nights they lost. So I think my pick might be different, but I'm still sticking with it. I think when you go down to 3 nights, I think it's really kind of up in the air. I'm going to go with the young man, Cohen McDaniel, to win the shortened USCS Speed Week.
Yeah, it looks like May 28th they go to Talladega Short Track. May 29th they're going to Hadesburg. May 30th they're going to Why Not Motorsports Park. I
Yeah.
don't see that being a bad pick. I mean, I couldn't really argue that myself, Josh, and yeah, I think you're onto something there. Casey Kane, it looks like he's going to stay behind the wheel of Anthony Macri's 39M for, it looks like another month or so. I've seen
Yeah.
through the middle
Yeah.
of June.
Middle of June. Like, we're getting closer to what you and I talked about. I said, what happens if Macri can't get back? He needs time to heal, and he can't get back by the middle of July. Are they going to leave Casey Kane in that ride? I don't know. I mean, I know it says middle of June, but we're getting closer.
Yeah. Well, I seen a statement from, Anthony Macri and then his team. They said that he's definitely trying to rest up and make sure he does the right thing. Yeah, I see the King's Royal being one he wants to get back to, especially after last year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if he can get back before then, he'll do it. But it seems like he's definitely worried about the bigger picture, because you got to take care of yourself. Because if you keep tearing yourself up, you're just not going to be worth a crap. So,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
seems
Yeah. We
like
talked about that. And I think they're pushing it back to June. So I'm guessing he'll be back before July. But I wouldn't mind seeing Casey Kane run around Eldora in the middle of July in that 39M. But like you said, you pointed it out, Macri probably wants to get back and defend his crown at Eldora for the King's Royal.
Drivers Project in sprint car history. Recent episode covered sprint car racing in the 70s. I don't know if you heard that or not, Josh. It was a pretty cool one.
It was.
I like to see the Outlaws bring back some 2-night shows. One with and one without the wing, because it's always cool to see them like that on the same night. And it's like they did in the first 3 seasons. Also at that time, any race paying over $2,000 was an outlaw race.
Yeah, that's crazy. You caught that episode. I caught that episode. A really cool episode. I can't wait till the 80s, 90s, 2000s come out. I know Dom was loving it. Drivers Project's good stuff, regardless. But this history, I loved it. I'm not going to pretend to know 70s sprint car racing history, but it's interesting hearing about the evolution, and really how we got to sprint cars today. And they're talking about that. They're in the 70s on their latest episode with the Drivers Project. And I had an interesting thought. And when I got to the track, yes, I was able to get to the track this past Saturday. I actually had a conversation with my buddy Chad about it. And I said, you know what I'd like to see? I would like to see, there's been this talk, people saying stuff about High Limit and the Outlaws. I want them to co-sanction one race a year. And I want it to be a Friday, Saturday night. And I want it to be one night without the wing and one night with the wing. One weekend, High Limit, the World of Outlaws, they come together, they throw it back to how the Outlaws started. One night without the wing on, one night with the wing on. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be sweet. There's a lot of those drivers that's not even run a 410 non-wing. Uh, that's even World of Outlaw drivers.
Yep.
I'm not sure of how many right off, but there's not a lot. That would definitely be interesting to see. I definitely love to see both the 410 divisions on the same court any chance I get.
Yeah.
That's why I get
Yeah.
out to Let's Race 2 like I just did, and uh, yeah, I just it's definitely something to see for sure.
This is just my observation, is that it's two different things once you take that wing off. So I think that would be awesome. You know, you could do it annually and move it around to a different track every year. I think the first track to do a co-sanctioned event, one night no wing, one night wing, it's got to be Eldora.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's my 100% for sure. And yeah, like you was saying, the non-wing is just something that's trying to literally hurt you and kill you. It's a beast untamed. And the wings will give you some help to not die, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, and you also mentioned any race paying over $2,000 was considered an outlaw race. So they'd have there could be a day where there were 3 World of Outlaw events all across the country, one in the East Coast, one on the West Coast, one in the middle of the country, but they would all be World of Outlaw events because they paid 2,000 or more to win. So just
yeah.
interesting stuff. I can't wait till the next episode. The sprint car history comes out. I think it's going to be awesome. I know you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And we're both definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no.
This week's race recap. We had a boatload of stuff, EJ, because we missed last week. Got rid of some of it, trimmed it down so you guys wouldn't get too bored out of your mind. But these race recaps we really wanted to hit on. So Tuesday, May 12th, Fremont's 75th birthday bash. The All-Star Circuit of Champions at $20,000 to win. Aaron Reitzel takes the victory. Caleb Henry in second. And Cole Macedo from 20th to third. Cole Macedo probably getting the chicken dinner in the
Yeah.
race recap.
Yep, he's a problem there at Fremont for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Chicken dinner there for Cole Macedo at Fremont on May 12th. Moving to Thursday, May 14th, Attica and the John Boers 20th anniversary race. 410 sprint cars, $20,000 to win. Aaron Reitzel grabs the win, an extra $10,000, pocketing $50,000 in those 2 races. Aaron Reitzel with the win. Tanner Thorson from 11th to 2nd, and Logan Schuhart from 15th to 3rd. Some good racing there at Attica. Moving to Eldora, and let's race to night 1, the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. Rico Abreu gets the win. Buddy Kofoid in 2nd, and Giovanni Selzy in 3rd. In the USAC Sprints, Kyle Cummins gets the win. Brady Bacon in 2nd, and Justin Grant in 3rd. Lima Land Motorsports Park in the Run for the Rabbit, and a big payday for the Great Lakes Super Sprints, $5,000 to win the Run for the Rabbit. Mason Hannigan gets it done. He's $5,000 richer. Mason Hannigan with the win. John Ivey in 2nd, and Caleb Henry in 3rd. In the UMP mods, Dylan Newsbaum gets the win. Tony Anderson in 2nd, and Dustin Moore in 3rd. In the Thunderstocks, Todd Sherman gets the win. Jordan Conover in 2nd, and Tony Anderson, friend of the show, wraps up 3rd. Mansfield Speedway in the Comeback Classic, $5,000 to win for late models, sprint cars, $2,000 for the modifieds and late models. Kyle Moore from 12th to the win. Kyle Moore gets the victory. Rusty Schlenk in 2nd, and Eric Wilson in 3rd. In the sprint cars, Cap Henry, what a surprise. Cap Henry gets the win. Danny Sams 3rd and 2nd. Tyler Street in 3rd. Modifieds, Ryan Markham gets the win. Andrew Hammond in 2nd, and Jason King in 3rd.
On Saturday, May 16th, Butler Speedway up there in Michigan for the GLTS Wing 410s. Danny Sams III picked up the win. Darren Nida in second. Dan McCarron in third. For the non-wing 410s, Brian Ruhlman in first. Dustin Engel second, and Max Frank round out the podium. Street stocks, Travis Kyle with the win. Eric Swan in second. Jordan Hadley in third. Four cylinders, seeing Brian Isley in first. Chad Minnix in second, and Elston Fleming Jr. round out the podium. Eldora Speedway for Let's Race 2 on night 2. For the World of Outlaw Sprints, Logan Schuhart, the $1 Million Man, finished first. Rico Abreu in second, and Brady Bacon in third. Emotional win for Logan Schuhart there in victory lane there. Definitely was thinking about Scruffy on that one, Josh. Glad to see him get the checker on that.
Definitely.
The non-wing 410s seen Brady Bacon pick up the win. The Macho Man, Kyle Cummins, picked up second, and Briggs Danner in third. Steven Snyder Jr. 14th to 4th in his second ever USAC national race at the Big E. What do you think about them apples, Josh?
I mean, listen, running USAC race at Eldora and you go from 14th to 4th, that's a good sign. You got to keep coming back because good things are going to happen if you can go from 14th to 4th in your second USAC race at the Big E.
Yeah, we was just talking about those non-wing 410s, and I couldn't imagine we'll around for the second time ever and doing something like that at the Big E.
Yeah.
Wednesday, May 20th, Terre Haute Action Track for the Tony Holman Classic. For the USAC non-wing 410s, Mitchell Moles picked up the win. Chase Stocking in second, KTJ, Kevin Thomas Jr. in third. The modified seen James Walters pick up the win. Hunt Gossam in second, Tyler Weiss in third. On Thursday, May 21st at Jacksonville Speedway out there in Illinois for the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, Carson Macedo picked up the win. Spencer Basin in second, and Cole Macedo in third. I see the Mario brothers did good out there. Looks like Lebanon Valley Speedway out there in New York for the short track Super Series modifieds. Yeah, Alex Shankowski picked up the win. Mark Johnson in second, Matt Shepard in third. For the Sportsman mods, Tim Hartman Jr. picked up the win. AJ Albreda in second, and Brian Calabrese round out the podium. He was plus 11. Lucas Oil Show Me 100 Night 1. It was supposed to be on Thursday. They ended up running it on Friday. But your podium was Josh Rice got the win, Garrett Alberson in second, and Chris Ferguson in third.
Moving on to Friday, May 22nd at Davenport Speedway with the Mars late models. Jason Fager with the win, Ryan Unzicker in second, and Dylan Thornton in third. IMCA mods, Jed Freiderberg gets the win, Brandon Durbin in second, and Brad Dierks from 20th to third. Man was moving. IMCA hobby stocks, Carter Miles gets the win, Carson Button second, and Jamie Hickson in third. Vintage late models, Randy Christner gets the win, Matt Hurst in second, and Terry Matley in third. In the Crown Vics, Derek Dean gets the win, Carter Miles in second, and Ethan Camerood rounds out your podium. I-96 in Michigan, ALMIS late models, Tyler Irby gets the win, Ashton Winger in second, Rusty Schlink in third. Street Stocks, Gary Vandermark gets the win, William Brandt in second, and Cody Forsyth in third. Compacts, Drew Phillips gets the win, Blake Houdemy in second, and Nick Williams in third. Mini wedges, 10 to 14-year-olds, Ty McClure with the win, Roy Tharp in second, and Lily Wood in third. Lucas Oil and the Show Me 100 Night 2 with Lucas Oil late models, Jonathan Davenport gets the win, Chris Ferguson in second. Brandon Shepard from 14th to 3rd. In the Super Stocks, Terry Schultz gets the win. Blaine Ewing in second. And Mike Striegler in 3rd.
We go to Saturday, May 23rd, Deer Creek Speedway out there in Minnesota for the USMTS Modifieds. Jim Chisholm picked up the win. Brandon Davis in second and Jake Tim in 3rd. For the B mods, Dennis Dunbar got your victory. Jake Richards in second and Harley Dace round out the podium. The hobby stock seen Luke Schluter pick up the win. Joshua Monson in second and Caden Heel in 3rd. At Fairbury Speedway out in Illinois for the Mars Late models, Ryan Unziker got your victory. Jason Fager in second and McKay Wenger with a nice 3rd place run. The modified seen Michael Ledford get the win. Cole Falloway in second and Charlie Mefford in 3rd. The street stocks seen Tyler Nicely get your victory. Zane Wrights in second and Kyle Anderson in 3rd. Out at Knoxville Raceway for the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, Aaron Reitzel once again getting another win and getting a lot more money. Donnie Schatz in second place, Josh, and Rico Abreu round out your podium. And then your 360 sprints, Tasker Phillips with the victory, Cade Higday in second, and Sunshine Tyler Courtney round out the podium.
Yeah, Donnie running second there at Knoxville.
That's a big deal.
I know. He's coming. I mean, he's been coming on this season and looking good and rejuvenated, and got to watch out for 10 time because you just never know when he's going to be there to grab that checkered flag. Moving on to Lincoln Park Speedway in Indiana, non-wing 410s, Ricky Lewis from 11th to the victory. Shane Cottle, he would go from 13th to 2nd, and Zach Pretorius would go from 12th to 3rd. The modifieds, Derek Loesch gets the win. Tyler Lawmiller in 2nd, and Ricky Lex in 3rd. Super Stocks, Isaiah Sasser gets the win. Devin Wallen in 2nd, and Zach Sasser from 15th to 3rd. Bombers, Josh Foxworthy gets the win. Sheldon Oberle in 2nd, and Scott Tidwell in 3rd. In the 305s, Ethan Barrow gets the win. Dylan Baldwin in 2nd, and Cole Parker in 3rd. I was there at Lincoln Park Speedway. I've been there before. I'll go back again. Less than 3 hours from Dayton. It's one of my favorite tracks. I really like a lot of things about it. If you go in the main grandstands, you could take a chair in. The bleachers are so far apart that you can actually set a chair in between each row of bleachers. Very, very good crowd there that night at Lincoln Park. And 58 non-wing 410s, 144 cars in total. So not only was it a big car count, but it was a big crowd as well. I like Lincoln Park. If you haven't had a chance to get there, you need to get there. I've been there on 2 different occasions. I will tell you the racing has been different both times. Cars getting spun out, cars getting wrecked, sometimes by their own doing. One guy I was standing up in the tower there that they just put in for this season off of turn 3, and the guy just got too hot and too high in turn 3 and took off flying. Actually, so far that he hit the traffic light that they have there for red and yellow and green. So he was okay, thankfully, but holy smokes, he went for a ride. So the racing was good. Obviously, these guys made their moves, multiple positions in your top 3. Ryan Barr with a nice 13th, started 18th. Yeah. You know, that's good for them. They're just getting ready to roll. They've got the bugs worked out. 58 cars show up and you finish 13th. That's got to be something that you're happy about, something to build on. Moving to May 24th, 141 IRA. Paul Niehauser gets the win. Travis Arnaz in 2nd, and Jordan Goldsberry in 3rd. Kokomo in the BC double. Jaden Rogers gets the win. Robert Ballou in 2nd, and Zach Pretorius from 17th to 3rd.
We go out to Lake Ozark for the Power Ride 410s. We seen Sam Haferteef Jr. pick up the win, Joel Myers Jr. in 2nd, and Kyle Bellum in 3rd. Joel Myers Jr. has been doing a lot of good recently.
Yeah,
Lucas
not
Oil
surprised to see Sam
Speedway.
Haferteef there. Yeah, not surprised to see Sam with the win, but yeah, you're right. Joel Myers Jr. has been pretty solid here as of late.
Yep. Lucas Oil Speedway for the Show Me 100. Bobby Pierce is back-to-back champion at that race. And that's after charging. He came from a B main, I think, B main number 2, and started in 20th place and ended up getting the win in the 100 lapper. Brandon Shepard in 2nd and Jonathan Davenport in 3rd. Mason City Motor Speedway for the Jerry Hinja Memorial for the USMTS Modifieds. Tanner Mullins picked up the win, Brandon Davis in 2nd, and Harley Dace in 3rd.
Moving to racing to come, May 25th, as we're recording this, they're running the World of Outlaw Sprint cars. 35 cars checked in. They're at Huset's. One of the cars checked in is Aaron Reitzel. So I'm going to ask you, EJ, who are you going to pick to win tonight? And I'm going to tell you that I think I know who you're going to pick. And I will tell you that if you pick him, he was quick time.
I am going to say that you're probably right about both of those. And I, tonight at Huset's, and I seen him a few years back, he won $100,000 there, and I'm going to take him again for the win tonight. I, my friend, am going to take Sheldon Hodenshield.
Yeah. Sheldon's quick time, Bill Baylog, 2nd quick. And you know who my pick's going to be? The guy that's 3rd quick. Guy that finished 2nd at Knoxville. Guy that's won 10 World of Outlaw championships. I'm going with 10 time. Give me Donnie Schatz for the win tonight. Donnie Schatz going to win. You got a good pick there with Sheldon. He's fast tonight. They're running Huset's here on Memorial Day, as we remember those who gave it all so we could be free. We really appreciate that. May 25th at Huset's, the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. Wednesday, May 27th, Atomic's going to have modified sport mods in Ohio Valley Legend Car Series. Marion Center Raceway is going to have the Connor Bobick Memorial with World of Outlaw late models. Michaels Mercer Raceway, Western PA Speedweek opener, 410s, Rush, Wingless Sprints, and 602 Crate Sportsman. Thursday, May 28th, Pittsburgh PA Motor Speedway, Western PA Speedweek, Night 2, 410s, and Whoa Nelly Mods. Talladega Short Track with USCS Speedweek and round number 5, which really is going to be round number 1 for those guys. Wayne County Speedway and the World of Outlaw late models and the Lone Wolf 40 Dirt Car UMP mods in the Whiteley, Gam, and Rayburn 20.
Friday, May 29th at Attica for the AFCS 410 Sprints, the AFCS 305s, and the trucks. Bloomington Speedway in Indiana for the Don Hobbs Classic, $10,000 to win for the Northern All-Stars Late Model Series. Circle City with the Crown Vics, Hornets, Pure Stocks, and Modifieds. Doe Run Raceway for the Power Eye Midgets. Hadesburg Speedway for Speedweek Round 6.
Yep, USCS, more like round 2, but yeah. It's supposed to be round 6, but going to be round 2 for those guys with USCS.
Yeah, they've got all the rain and stuff. Then we go to I-96 for the Great Lakes Super Sprints. Knoxville for the Corn Belt Clash USAC night number 1, and that's the USAC Sprints out there in Knoxville.
We're going to move over to Lawrenceburg, the Driven to Save Lives, Battle at the Berg, High Limit in the All-Star Circuit of Champions, Lernerville, and Western PA Speedweek with the 410 sprint cars. Limeland's going to have the Keyser Memorial, Modified Thunderstocks, Dirt Track Truck Series, and the Great Lakes Traditional Sprints. Mansfield in the 57 Special Night 1 with the World of Outlaw late models. Mulder's going to have Sports Mods, Compacts, Ohio Thunder, IMCA Race Savers, U.S. Legend All-Stars, and the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets on hand there at Moeller. Ohio Valley Speedway is going to have UMP mods, Sport mods, front-wheel drive 4-cylinders, WRA mini wedges, and super late models. Paducah International in the 32nd USA World 50, the second annual Roy Brown Memorial. Mars Super late models, $10,000 to win, and Mars Modifieds, $2,000 to win.
Raceway 7 sees the Dirt Car UMP Modifieds, Rush Late Models, Rush Sportsman Modifieds, Econo Mods, and Crown Vics. River City Speedway up there in North Dakota with the World of Outlaw Sprints. Pretty sure that's Johnny Gibson's favorite track.
Yeah.
Watsonville has NARC out there in California. Williams Grove for the Joey Allen Tribute Race with the PA Posse 410s. Then on Saturday, May 30th, out at Brownstown for the 43rd Annual Hoosier Dirt Classic, the Northern All-Stars Late Model Dirt Series. And then Butler with the Mace Thomas Classic with High Limit up there in Michigan.
Then we moved to Fremont with AFCS 410s and AFCS 305s as well as trucks. Knoxville in the Corn Belt Clash with USAC sprint cars. LaSalle is going to have IRA. Lincoln Speedway with PA Posse 410. Mansfield in the 57 Special, $57,000 to win for the World of Outlaw late models. Mount Pillier is going to have the Jake and Jensen Memorial with Boss, Mods, Hornets, and Street Stocks.
Mud Lake Valley 305 sprints for $2,800 to win, $200 to start.
Nice.
The super late models for $2,000 to win, Sport Mods $500 to win. Red Hill Raceway with the Mars late models. Salt City Racing for the ASCS series. Sharon Speedway for Western PA Speedweek. It's the Floyd Trevis Memorial for $5,000 to win. Skyline Speedway for the Pete Smith Memorial. It's got dirt late models, UMP modified, sport mods, and 410 sprints. I am definitely thinking about getting out to that track for that race if I can. So that's definitely my plan. So we'll see. Southern Illinois Raceway for the Power Ride Midgets. Why Not Motorsports Park for the Speed Week finale.
Moving to Sunday, May 31st, Hilltop's going to have Enduros. Nodak Speedway is going to have the World of Outlaw sprint cars. And Tri-City with the Western PA Speed Week finale. EJ, you talked about it. You got plans this weekend. I've actually got Friday, Saturday off. Now, that's because we're having a graduation party on Saturday. But I've got most of my stuff done. So there's a chance I'm going to end up at Limeland on Friday night.
Yeah, I'm quite limited to Saturdays myself because I usually work all days on Friday and then I work all day on Sunday. So I guess it's a double-edged sword, and Saturday's just my go-to. So, and I've never been down to Skyline before, and I would like to start checking some of these races off. That way I can worry about the bigger picture and, go into the Knoxville Nationals and, getting away from here and going to some bigger races. I've only been to one outer race state, and I was there with you, and that was there at Lawrenceburg. So I want to get out of Ohio more and see more tracks, but in the meantime, I'm trying to check out all these tracks here, which I also seen, Josh. It looks like Good Speedway. I don't know if you know much about it. It looks like they're selling that place, but they're still racing is what I see. So,
okay. Good to know. I did not know that. Goods Raceway, I'm familiar with it. I have not been there, but if you want a racetrack, it sounds like there's one waiting for you to buy here in Ohio. Goods Raceway.
yeah,
Up for sale.
there's a few.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
definitely get out and support your local dirt tracks for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, you know, you talked about you might have some plans this weekend. I talked about my plans for this weekend. Anything else before we wrap it up?
One more thing, Josh. I just want to say Eldora looks good from, me being in person, and it was real smooth in turn one. So that's good to see. And, yep, I just appreciate the opportunity like always, Josh, and I'm ready to watch this World of Outlaw race. And let's go my pick. Let's go Sheldon Shield.
There you go. There you go. All right, everybody, like, follow, subscribe, and share. We're on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Spotify. Thanks for the support, and hope to see you guys at the track.